What up, it's your boy Leo Fade, and welcome to a Straightfadedpodcast. Tonight I got a special guest. The first time I heard about him, it was a while back. It was a while back, and they had a couple hits, like they had a banger, and he goes by the name.
By a lot of names, man. People get confused, but I go by M.o.c, Master of Ceremonies. And some people call me M.o.c, some people call me Mexiclan. Now they calling me Spanish Fly. Nah, they calling me everything these days, but I go by M.o.c.
Oh hell yeah! Spanish Fly. I know that's a group, right? Like,
yeah, it's a group that was formulated way back, like the early '90s and shit. They had a hit 18 with a bullet, and then they rebranded and shit. So S.A. Daz, he reached out to me and he wanted to kind of form like the new version of it. You know what I mean? So he reached out to artists that he really thought was fitting for the group. So he reached out and I was on board. You know what I mean?
So you're part of the Spanish Fly now.
Part of Spanish Fly now.
Let's go, man. That's new.
Oh, is that why you're with Johnny, right?
Yeah, with Johnny Spanish
Fly.
Yeah,
I was so confused that day. I was like,
S.A. Daz and Any Means. So it's 4 of us to the group of Spanish Fly.
That's dope. Like, I think so. You perform at the Wilmington Story.
Yeah, we was there at the Wilmington. Yeah, that shit was dope. That was dope. They put on a really good show. That's where we met. They put on a really good presentation, man. Shout out to Know Thyself.
Yeah, shout out to
they got down.
Yeah, well, we're talking about it, how that was the first time you guys met, and that was my first time I seen you two perform.
Oh yeah, okay. Dope. How was it?
I like the whole event overall, like from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, it was dope. I had a good time there, man. It felt good to be there, man. Just like in the hometown, even though I'm from San Pedro and I was in Wilmington, but it just felt dope to receive that love from another city. You know what I mean? It was really dope.
And how's that feeling? Like, you're from San Pedro, then getting the Wilmington love? That's
I know, right?
No. Yeah. I was a little at first, it was like, but I wanted to stay for the whole show. Yeah. So I just made sure that everything was good. I had a couple of my boys there, and they're actually from Wilmington. So, Johnny D's from Wilmington, and my boy Angel. So he ended up staying. So I ended up staying too. I wanted to see every artist perform. You know what I mean? I didn't just want to go in there, perform, and then take off. You know what I mean? I wanted to be a part of the whole function.
You're trying to be
support
Hollywood.
I'm trying to be
Hollywood. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And like, not talking about Hollywood, but I know you were trying to Univision back then.
Yeah.
So like, how did that work?
I mean, that was dope. Well, they were the distributors, so I was signed to a label called Luna Records, and they branched off into this ATM, the little segment, because we were the first rap hip hop artists on their label. So then Univision went and they buy the album or whatever, and then they distributed it to the whole world, to Sam Goody at that time, Target, Walmart, all that shit. The CD was in all stores, you know what I mean, nationwide. So that's how that works. And they would do the promo. They would take us to Miami, do Sábado Gigante. We did Despierta America. So that's how that works. They were the distributor. They purchased the CD, paid our label off. And then so then they promote us and take us to different places.
And how is it like
commercials and shit like that?
Yeah, like the label nowadays. Like, will you sign to a big label now?
Nah, not right now. Nah. This is independent right now. Right now we're with 110 South Music, and that's S.A. Daz company right there. So, we independent, man, and. But who knows? You never know. Some major label might, like the product and might want to, work with us, do something.
You're a hit? Oh, I call it a hit, the Stupid Frío.
Oh, man, yeah, that's a throwback right there. That was in 2004 with Mexiclan. We did that. Yeah, that was a good time for me, man. That was like my introduction into the game, you know what I mean? And I didn't ask for it. I never thought that I'd be in this, like, in the industry like this, you know what I mean? Or take part in it like it wasn't back then.
What got you started?
What got me started was just having the love for hip hop, having the love for music. You know what I mean?
See, it's one thing I see people that they rap, right, but they're not out there putting hits or trying to even put their stuff out there. Mm-hmm. So what made you like kind of?
Well, the thing is, they found me, man, because I was just doing it for fun. And then my buddy, rest in peace, Sam, he was signed to Mexiclan with me. He was the vocalist, and he would make the beats, you know what I mean? So he seen the talent in me, so he brought me like 10 beats to my step, brought a CD back then. We had the CDs, right? So he brought me a disc with 10 beats on it. Cause he heard me rapping on voicemails back then. I was rapping on voicemails and shit, like doing people's greetings. You know what I mean? Like whoever they liked how I did it. So they would, hey M.o.c, can you do my voicemail? So then I would do a personal rap for them on their voicemail. So that's how I really like it was crazy. You know, like so then Sam he heard that and then he brought me a CD with 10 beats on it. You know, and left it on my doorstep. And then from there, I wrote like 10 songs immediately, recorded my first one. From there, I was hooked, you know what I mean? Like, once you hear yourself back and you, like a full official track, you know, then I just did the nine other songs, and boom, it was a demo, you know what I mean? It was already a demo, and it started circulating around the hood and shit right there in San Pedro, and people started feeling it, you know what I mean? And to me, like, I look back and I listen to it, to me, it's like amateurish.
How old were you
But
then?
I was, at that time, that was in 2002, so I was about, 22 years old.
Oh, okay.
And then I got signed in 2004, 2003, 2004. Probably got signed in 2003.
So you were already signed, huh, when you performed in Wilmington? Yeah, because you performed at my school, like when we were
Oh,
in high
yeah.
school. And that's when I remembered him, and I was
yeah,
like,
that trips me out.
I was like, I've seen this before. And it didn't fucking click to me.
Yeah, we
and I was
performed
like,
at Banning High. Yeah,
well,
we
I didn't
did
know
that.
it was you when I met you at the show. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was you. I
Right.
was just like, oh, okay, another client tattoos,
Yeah.
So I didn't think nothing of it. And then, so I think you started following me, and then I was like, oh, it's this fool? I was like, I didn't know it. That's the second time I seen him,
we did.
and I
I
was like,
think
oh, shit.
I think it was a Que Buena did some kind of presentation there at your guys' school at Banning High, and so they invited us, you know, because we were in that Latin market. So yeah, we did that, and I remember that day, man. That was pretty dope, man.
That was a cool experience.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool for me, like, just go out there and, you know, and do it and perform in front of a high school. You know what I mean? That shit was dope.
Like performing in San Pedro?
Recently, like it's been a minute, but I do got a show. We're doing Spanish Fly is doing a special guest appearance. We're performing on New Year's Day right there under the bridge.
Oh,
So yeah, I want to welcome everybody out to come through, and it's a 90s event. So you know, everybody's gonna be dressed up in their 90s. We bringing the 90s back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be low riders out there. It's gonna be models. You know, yeah. So that's gonna be dope. That's New Year's Day.
Is that by Waterfront?
Yeah, right under the bridge. Yep.
Oh.
Right where that water show's at, where they have the little fountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Right there.
You know
So
what's
yeah.
starting it?
Yeah. Influence era. Yeah, he's a guy that has a clothing line. Shout out to Influence. Yeah, he's doing big things, man. He's doing it. Yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, he's doing his thing, and he's incorporating everybody, you know, homegrown businesses and everything, and bringing everybody to the forefront and giving everybody opportunities, you know. So he invited, you know, and I just threw it out there like, hey, how's it sound, Spanish Fly performing that day? And he's like, oh hell yeah, make it happen. Like, talk to the guys. I'm like, they're here right now, so it's confirmed. Let's do this. He put us on the flyer, so we're there. You know what I mean? Influence Era's event. That's January 1st, right there, right under the bridge.
Yeah, I'll try to pull up if anything.
Yeah, try to pull up,
man.
man.
I
It's
saw a
gonna be
couple
nice.
videos right there.
It's always good. It's always a good environment and a good.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be dope, man. We're gonna perform, and you know, there's gonna be models, low riders, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
You guys a music artist, like, do you have like a specific sound? Like, what do you consider like a sound? I'm saying that because I listen to your old catalog, your old catalog, and for me it's like a whole brand new sound. It's kind of like norteño rap.
Yeah, that was like it was a norteño rap because we're utilizing norteño instruments, you know, the accordion and stuff like that. Because my boy Sam, he was actually in a norteño group, you know, singing in Spanish. So we incorporated that because the label is a Latin label, it's a Spanish label, you know, all just Latin artists, no hip hop, nothing like that. So they wanted to try something different, and they said Sam took like a little demo to the label, and they heard it and he liked it, right? So then he's like, go back and make a song. If I like it, we'll mess with you guys. If we don't like it, then, you know. So it was a pressure of making a hit, you know. And yeah, it was like that. It was either we like it or we don't. Boom, that's it. So thank God that was that stupid Increído, man. Okay. And that came about as, you know, we had the beat. We were making the song, and then we needed a hook. Something catchy. So we're like, damn, well, then I was just listening to the beat, and then I started singing one of my dad's old songs. Cause my dad's an artist. He's still a singer to this day. He's just been a musician his whole life. And that was one of his original songs, Stupid Increído. So I was singing it, and it was going over the beat. So my boy Sam, he just started singing it, and bam, that was it. We found it. then we took it to the label, and they loved it, so they were like, boom. And from that moment, bam, that contract came out, we signed it. I didn't even read that shit, you know what I mean? I just signed it, which is probably a mistake, but, you know, yeah.
Why was it a mistake? Like, it was bad deal overall?
You don't read it.
Yeah, I didn't read it at all.
Because you can change it, you'd be like, you know what, I'll do it, but take this out.
I didn't read it at all, you know? And it was a bad deal because it was like 7 albums for 5 years or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it was like but I'm thankful for the experience, bro, because you know, it got me to be a little bit known, you know, in the Latin industry. And I was rapping in Spanish, which I didn't really think I could really do it like that. And you know, it's another tool under my belt. I see, you know what I mean? Like, because not you know, not everybody can, you know, do it in both languages. You know what I mean? So, I kind of like hold that as a proud, you know, accomplishment, and to be able to do that, and to be able to carry 2 whole albums in Spanish, man. It's like.
I know you say you guys were the first Latin artist signed to Univision.
Not to Univision, but to our label. As far as hip hop wise, yeah, with Luna Records, and Luna Records, he had Chalino's son, Adan Sanchez. Yeah, he had him signed to his label as well. So, you know, I think he passed away, Adan Sanchez. So he has a lot of albums of his still unreleased, you know.
Unreleased, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's holding on to him. He's holding on to him.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah, he's holding on to him. You know, he's probably gonna capitalize later. The right timing, you know. It's the right timing for everything.
You guys never had no conflict, or like with I think Acqui was on at that time. That's why I kind of heard you guys, Acqui, Mexiclan, and other big.
Yeah, Acqui was with out there at the time. You know, us, there was JP, there was Flackies, there was David Rolas, and they were calling it the Urban Regional Movement, you know what I mean? There was no conflict. I mean, you know, egos come into play sometimes, and we felt like we were good enough to, like, be where Acqui was, you know what I mean? They were all over the radio, you know. We felt like we had radio hits, but, you know, it's politics in the game, and, you know, I think you got to pay to play sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And,
you think the label wasn't pushing you?
The label, like, I think the label dropped the ball a little bit. Not Univision, but our label. You know, that Univision picked us up from, because they could have did the extras. You know, Univision did their job. They gave us 2 big budget videos. You know, they took us to Miami. They took us to Texas. They took us to different places. Yes, I was. That was.
Did you sing or did you?
Rap. Yeah, no, I rap. Yeah, and we did the contest. You know when they do the.
The chacal and all that.
Yeah, with the chacal, we did the obstacle course. It was for charity. So I think we went up against Banda Hood or something like that. So we performed, and then we got a chance to compete in the obstacle course, which was crazy, man. I got stuck in that spider web, so I had to go through the spider web, right? And then the show's live, so I'm in there, and I'm like, oh, I can't get out, like. They're gonna have to stop the whole show for me right now just to get me out of here. Yeah. But then I figured it out, just start bouncing like this, like a snake through the thing like this, right? And I got out of there to finally tag my partner, and then he did finish the rest. Like, but it was crazy. I thought they were gonna have to stop the whole show for me just to get me out of there. Like, he's stuck.
Figure it out.
Like, cut.
No rerun on how, just
be like, help.
Yeah, no, it was an experience of a lifetime, though, man. There's great stories out there. Even got arrested out there, went to Dade County and shit. We're out there for 6 days, and which was cool because now looking back at it, you know, thanks to JP, he switched his performance date with us. So when we were in the county, he performed when we were supposed to perform, and then we got his date. So then I actually got to meet Mellow Man Ace and perform with him on a show called The Roof. So yeah, it worked out. It worked out for the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, not going to jail, but just to be able to, you know, perform with a legend like Mellow Man Ace, and, you know, looked up to him my whole life, you know, as far as a Latin artist and shit. So, yeah, it was dope, man. There's a lot of good experiences that came out of it.
That's so nice. That's so nice.
Oh, Mellow Man, yeah, he's humble. He's humble.
But at the show, we're kicking him like most of the time.
Oh, yeah, I seen those flicks. Dope.
Yeah,
he's a humble man. I loved even when he seen us the next time, he was like, I don't know if he actually really remembers, but he, you know, he showed the love like he did, you know what I mean? And he was dope. Actually, we performed at the Roxy, and he opened up for us, which was another dream too. Like, I never thought like I'd be rapping and then Mellow Man be opening up for us. You know what I mean? Like, I never saw that coming, but that was dope too, you know. So shout out to Mellow Man. Big influence in my rap career. You know?
What keeps you motivated to keep on rapping? I know you've been doing it for a long time.
Oh yeah, man, shit since 2002. Like really recording tracks since 2002. I know that for a fact because I remember saying like a rhyme, something about 2002 making my rap debut and shit. Mm-hmm. So you know, I know it was in 2002 since I've really been taking it serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was rapping before that in high school, like you know, writing my rhymes and everything, but really recording it and laying it down on track, 2002. I've been in it for a long time, man, and I'm still continuing to do it. I'm trying to, you know, come out on top and just keep pushing, man.
And what's something you dislike about the music industry?
What I don't like is the, that's a great question, man. That's a great question. What I don't like about the music industry. There's a lot I do like about it. The politics, you know. I think the separation, you know, and I think it's like an obvious thing, you know, when you know, collaborating with people. I think we should all be encouraging and helping one another out. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, like in this genre. You know what I mean? Like some people want to call it Chicano rap, you know, or whatever. I think we're considered to be Chicano rap as far as Spanish Fly is concerned. You know, but as far as me as an individual artist, I just think, you know, more support. I wish there was more support within artists, you know what I mean? Yeah. Instead of separating themselves and then, you know, you got these artists that are charged, you know, they say they're helping, but they want to charge you like a few thousand just for a feature, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's not helping, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like...
Because, I mean, dang, who got a couple thousand laying around like that just to get
helping and doing it for free.
Yeah.
Get paid, then you
do
break
it for each other, like one for one or something like that, you know? But other than that, I really love a lot about it, man. There's a lot that I do love about the industry. And there's a couple of things, you know, that, it's just a little skeptic, but, you know, just the way people are and they just, the egos and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't be concerned to, like, being the best or nothing like that, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's irrelevant. I just try to do the best I can and be creative. And,
so do you rap just to, like, rap? Or, you know how some people that kind of have, like, a story behind that they're trying to, like, teach people, you know, like I see people that they're trying to tell a story, you know.
I think I definitely love to leave a message on every song, you know, especially with those Mexiclan albums. That's where I was taught how to make really how to construct music, how to, you know, have a
good album,
a format, a good album that was telling a story from the front to back, and that's how those two albums were. There was storytelling, like it was like a little miniature movies. You know, so from there I kind of kept that same formula. Like when I do my music now, like my solo stuff, you know, I definitely try to, you know, have a message to it and a story and a background, you know what I mean? And definitely a message in the song, whether it's one lyric in the song that kind of like maybe you might take heed to it or something. But yeah, I definitely do love to make it worth it, you know what I mean? Like by having a message, for sure.
Do you have a process, like when you're about to rap?
Process as far as rapping, like what, like for a show or like writing or creating,
like, or recording a song, like not like.
There's different processes, but
motivation.
Like it's the beat. The beat is everything. All that. There you go, right there. Oh man,
you know,
you know, we some bud heads. So it does help, man. You know, but as far as the beat is gonna motivate me. You know what I mean? And so I just zone out. You know, the beat goes, and I just imagine myself already in the studio. I imagine the video already. So when I'm writing it, it needs to like hit. Yeah, it needs to like boom, like be catchy or whatever. So yeah, I guess the process for me is just getting in the zone and finding my space and my time to just zone out and like I'm already imagining everything as I'm writing. Like I'm already imagining the video. You know what I mean? So therefore, like I could give it the right expression or you know what I need it to sound like. You know.
Yeah.
So that's my creative process. You know, I sit with a beat, smoke, write, play it loud. You know, if I get a little frustrated, I just let it sit for a little bit and go back to it. You know what I mean? But I ain't been having no problems with that lately. Everything's just becoming so like fluent, like for the past few years, probably since. Yeah, man.
Did you ever get like writer's block?
Yeah, I used to, and I think there was really when that would happen, there wasn't really any motivation. It's like but now, with the you know in the scenario that I'm in or the exposure that I'm I'm getting these days as far as like with Spanish Fly and a couple other little things that it motivates me more to like really lay something down really good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's just been coming really, really fluent, you know what I mean? Like,
you think things are gonna get better with the like Latin artists? Cause I feel like right now us as Latinos, we're like on top.
Yeah, no, I think it's come up.
And then some little Spanish now.
Because I even enjoy the music, you know what I mean? Like the Latin music or the Latin hip hop. Like I'm hearing these artists and I'm like, damn, who the hell is that? You know, I'm like, damn, this shit sounds hard.
You have like a favorite artist?
I heard this one song and and I was like, I even asked around, like, who the hell is this? I think it was Aleman. You ever heard of Aleman? Yeah, I was like, ooh, that shit sounds hard. Like, that's I was like, ooh, shit, that shit sounds hard.
I was gonna ask you, like, what do you ever, like, kind of get into like that reggaeton? It's like reggaeton.
Yeah, I like it because I like Tego Calderon. Like, I look up to Tego Calderon. Like, to me, he's the originator of the reggaeton shit. And the way he did it was a little different. Like, he had that hip-hop element to it. So it wasn't all like, So, no, I like the music. I love the way it makes you feel, it makes you move, you know. The women dance to it real good or whatever. So, you know, I love it. Yeah, reggaeton,
like
it's the movement, yeah.
Like, when it's good stuff, it's like, yeah, you could like, you know, bump it in your car, but it's like, well, it's on a club song, you know. And I was telling people, I'm like, you need to make a club song, so you should.
Yeah, that trap shit is pretty dope too. I ain't gonna lie, like that Spanish trap or whatever, that shit sounds pretty dope to me, especially when they're doing it right. The trap corridos, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. The like with the little guitars and all that.
Yeah. So it's like they're rapping, but in corrido.
Right. Yeah. Those. You know what? Those are dope. Those are dope.
You know who I seen transition?
My boys really like that shit, so it really put me onto it, and it got a good sound. It's got a dope vibe. I would love to try it. You know what I mean? In time, in all due time, I definitely would love to try something like that.
Hey, I feel like you will do good because you're.
Yeah, thanks.
I went through your catalog, your flowing, your rhymes, and stuff. You got it. Like you could adopt to any type. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel like I can too. You know, I feel like I could adapt. Yeah, I'm not like just one lane artist. You know what I mean? Exactly. I think, and I attribute that to actually being signed to that label and then having to do it in Spanish. You know what I mean? Because me, I'm just like a just a straight hip hop artist. Like whether it's English or Spanish, I just love that raw hip hop, that boom bap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you working on any singles, any projects?
Yeah, I'm working on my album, my first solo album, you know, professionally, and I'm finally here. You know, just finally my opportunity to and what's best about it is I'm doing it all myself, my own footwork, independent. Like I'm paying for the beats, I'm paying for the studio, I'm paying for the videos. You know what I mean? And it's all coming from me. So it's a proud moment for me, and I'm about 80% done. 8 tracks are done. I got 2 more to do. I'm gonna do 10 strong, and then I'm gonna release it to the world. And it's almost done. It's right around the corner.
Features on it?
No features so far. I just promised Johnny D to feature on my last on the number 10.
Yeah.
I want him to sing on it. I was trying to just do no features for this one because I just wanted to represent and show people like my what do you call it? My diversity. Yeah, to show them what I can do and give them a little bit of everything. Like this album right here is called Forever Restless. You know, it's produced by Restless, and he's a dope producer. You know what I mean? And it just started out like by him making one beat, but I loved it so much, and he makes them like custom for me personally. Like I'm not just picking beats. Like we sit there together in 2-hour session, and he cooks it up for me. I kind of guide him where I want to go with it, and we do it like that. So it ended up turning into a full-blown album, and that's where hence the name came, Forever Restless, because his name is Restless, and then like I always thought like throughout life, what's gonna be the name of my solo album, you know?
Yeah.
And it never really hit, it never really dawned on me because like I never really been in that situation. So and then it just came out. It was meant to be Forever Restless, and I think it fits me too. As you see these bags in my eyes, like I want to, and constantly trying to grind and get this music out, and you know, and I rarely sleep anyway, so you know, I think it was very, very fitting, you know.
What do you usually do on your free time?
My free time,
kick with his kids.
my kids, smoke. I love to smoke and do whatever comes after that, you know what I mean? Like just chill. I love to kick my feet up and smoke. look at music videos, listen to music. Really, like I'll let it bump, just sit there. I love my alone time. You know what I mean too. I like just lounging and chilling. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't really go out much, and if I do, it's like maybe like in a band or like a birthday party or something like that. But I do kick it with my boys a lot. I call them the Rona boys because we stayed even through this whole pandemic. We still stay smoking with each other, and we've been fine. You know what I mean? I think that shit kills it. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, that's what I'll be thinking. How to live.
Yeah,
this is a killer.
It kills it. You know what I mean? Don't let it survive, and you just take it.
Smoke so much weed, it like coated your life.
Yeah, I truly feel
like
that way.
I can't live here.
I truly feel that way.
But yeah.
Is there any artist that you would like if you could pick any artist, who would you work with?
Ooh, to work
you don't
with?
know, you don't know, but you would love to fucking work with.
Yeah, your top 5 artists.
Damn, to work with?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question, man. As far as like any artist. Damn.
Anybody. Sky's the limit.
Hard ass question.
Sky's the limit.
There. Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. If I had somebody to sing on my shit, I would love for Lauryn Hill to sing on it. She gonna sing the hook for sure.
She got a voice.
Yeah, she gonna sing the hook. As far as artists, hip hop artists, I would love to work with Styles P. I love Styles P. He's from the Locks, from D Block. Yeah. I would love to work with him. I would love to work with. I mean, Nas is still out there. I know that'll probably never happen, but
you
never know, man. But and then as far as there's a couple artists that I love to work with too. As far as in the Latin side, Misfit would be dope to fuck with. Yeah, he's pretty dope.
Probably didn't say
I fuck with him. I fuck with him.
You can never say his name right.
Who?
What is it? Melis Monet or Ace? What's his name?
Oh, Mellow Man Ace?
I can never say it right. I can never say it right. I'm sorry, but I can never say it right.
That would be a fucking dream right there, man. That would be a fucking dream. I think me and Mello would kill that shit. That's definitely one right
hopefully
there.
He sees
that's
this,
for sure. Hopefully he sees it. Yeah, no, that would
I'm gonna
definitely
send it to his inbox. I'm like, hey, check
yeah,
this.
nah, he's definitely. I definitely look up to him. You know, like he laid that foundation how to do that shit. English and Spanish, you know, and mix it up and make it sound good, you know.
Yeah, I always thought he was like Hispanic when I heard the song. I thought it was gonna be like, and then when I saw him, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I thought he was gonna be like Mexican, you know. I don't know if he could speak Spanish, and then when they told me that he was Cuban, I was like, oh, yeah, he's Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we know his son.
Yeah, he's dope. No, that thanks for bringing that up, because that would definitely be like a what do you call that?
A dream.
What do you call that shit? What do you call that when you? A bucket list. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah.
If you could change something about the world, what would it be?
If I could change something about the world, I would change racism, man. I would definitely put an end to that.
Besides that, because that's not gonna go away.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But no, that would be my main thing, you know, just end that right there, because there's too much separatism and then we got within our own, you know, within our own Latin people, there's racism, you know.
I would say white privilege, just because it's like, it sucks that it's like, if you're gonna treat Hispanic or black or anybody that's not white, you better treat them the same way as you do a white person, or vice versa. If you're gonna put a gun on the black guy, better put a gun on the white guy too.
Right.
But they just get let go. They give them water, and I'm just like, dude, that's some bullshit. Like,
what would happen in a?
No, I've seen it. I've seen like where there was like guys that were shooting, right, and then they're over here giving them water. Meanwhile, you see like even if the black guy did the same thing, he's over there getting kicked. I'm not saying it's right, but at least treat them the same. If you're gonna beat this one too.
Yeah, no, that's a good one though. Equal. Get it, and white privilege shit, you know. Man, it's because
that's what I feel like starts racism, because they feel like they're superior to everybody else, when all reality, if you really look at it, 2 black people can make a white baby, but 2 white people cannot make a black baby. So therefore the superior race would be black. So that's why I feel like they talk down on them, because they feel like, oh, they have to be above them because they're above, you know.
That's why they threw that white Jesus out there, so you know, to keep that.
Yeah, and then if you notice, like in the Egyptians, how all the noses were taken out. Yeah. Because they didn't want them to see the white noses to prove that they were black descendants.
Yeah, because imagine if he's gonna see that that's a god, and then he's gonna walk out in the street. He's not gonna look at a black person in the street and then look down on him. He's gonna hold him high, because he'll be like, that's what my God looked like. But that's the whole trickery about it. You know what I mean? So they put him as a white Jesus, so you walk out and you're always feeling like the white.
They hated him so much that they turned him into slaves. Like, it's fucked up, you know? Like, But because they didn't feel super, you know.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that shit gets deep though. I mean, we can get deep on that, but I don't know. We want to talk about all that kind of shit. We could go into that.
And I could talk for days about that.
Yeah, I know.
I feel bad for all my clients too. And that's like one of the things I always tell my clients too. I'm like,
real shit.
You know, because like I want everybody to be aware, you know.
Yeah.
Like at first I used to kind of spread wrong information, and so I was introduced. But I don't have a problem saying that I was wrong. I'm like, hey, this was wrong, and so you guys know this is the right version of it. You know? Some people are just like, no.
I mean, it's a big topic right now too, because even right now you see something about with the WAC 100 situation and all that shit. It's getting big, man, and I don't like that kind of shit, man. It's just gonna turn people against each other and divide, and that's the whole plot and the plan, man.
But see, that's where the whole gang thing goes. It's like, from my understanding, why Draco got killed, because I guess his people shot WAC. What is it? What's that fool's name? Slim something, whatever. I don't know, guys. I don't know none of these new people. But you know, but still, it's like, if you're gonna be part of a gang, you're gonna eventually, you're gonna eventually get killed. Like, I'm sorry, especially if you're whooping on a video. No, well, because he was talking shit on a. No, he was talking shit on a song. So I was like, bro, like, you're asking for it. I'm sorry.
You asking for it. I mean,
you know?
Yeah, that's why, like, me and my music, I don't portray anything that I'm not into. You know what I mean? I don't portray any violence on nobody or gun talk, gun play like that, because that's not my lifestyle. You know what I mean? I'm a hip hop artist. I've never been in no gangs or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I've been around people that are in gangs. Like, you know, my partner, rest in peace, he was in the gang. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not too far from it, but that wasn't my lifestyle. So I would never portray anything in my music that's you know, what do you call that, glorifying that kind of stuff, especially if I'm not involved in it. But, you know, to each his own. Like, people that are involved in the gangs and then they speak about it, of course they're going to speak about what they know, you know what I mean? So I respect that. But in this moment in time, like, how influential it is toward the kids, now I really understand, like, you know, when moms back in the day, why you listen to that? Yeah. Now I get it, you know what I mean? Because it does influence. I've seen it influencing my own son, you know, with this. It was more like a hip thing, you know, like, whatever they're talking about, that's what they want to do, you know, because they hear it in the music, and it's powerful. So
that's why, like, when they're talking about doing drugs and bitches and all this, kids are looking up to that, so they're like, oh, okay, that's what they're gonna do. So then they start disrespecting females and think they can do whatever they want, you know, and it gets out of hand. So that's why I was asking about, you know, like, do you try to put out a good message? Cause I see other rappers talking about fucking drugs, money, bitches, and it's like, is that how you're about? Like, do you have nothing interesting to say or something that's going to impact someone's life? At least, like Tupac in the beginning, his was all about that. But I think that's when he got into the industry, and they were making him do that because there's more money and people going to jail. You know, it's $30,000 per inmate, so it's in their best interest to get people to go to jail. I think that's why that case with that one Mexican or that one Latino guy that got like 110 years.
The truck driver?
Yeah, dude. There was another white guy, because I saw some girls, she put them together, and then, you know, he did the same thing, killed 4 people because he was white. They let him go on 10-year probation. Yeah, 10-year probation.
It's totally
you gave
unfair,
this man 100, and then this guy was drunk. Okay? This guy was drunk he was under the influence. And the other guy, the truck driver, his brakes went out. So it's like, now you're gonna, you know,
like you said, white privilege, man.
Yeah, because of that. So it's like, it's fucked up, you know?
Man. Oh, it's so fucked up.
And it's too with this little fucking I don't know his name. I don't even want to say his name. A little kid that shot up all, like, at that rally. And then they let him go. They let him go. It's like, dude, I was like, I'm sorry, but I grew up around a lot of hood people. So if you're wearing gloves, it's because you're going to go murk somebody. Right? Like, every gangster guy I know, and I've heard
and then he was over there throwing up the white powers, and you know what I mean? Like, so.
Oh, but then everybody's like, he wasn't even white. I suppose he was Mexican. I'm like, doesn't matter what race you are. It's who you run with. You know, at the end of the day, I seen black people try to vote for Trump, and I'm just like, bro, he don't even like you. Like, I don't get it. It's like they're going against their own interest, but they don't see that. They just see what
benefits them.
No, they just see, it's because, like, from everything, when I talk to people, like, I could tell you what news they got it from, because I watch them all, and I only watch them just to see where you got it from. And then I'll tell them, I was like, man, here you go with your Fox shit. And then they're like, no, I don't watch Fox and da-da-da. And I'm like, well, that information you just gave me was directly from Fox. So I could even look up the little footage. And they're like, no, my dude. I was like, I'll do it. Like, I'm a type that if you're telling me some stuff, I'll go Google it just to be like, oh, you're wrong. This year. You know, I'm an asshole. I try to like, oh, I just want to put you on blast that you're wrong. You know. So when you're right, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I stay quiet. You know, I stay quiet. But when they're wrong, I'm like, dude, you're wrong. I'm like, one, you got the date wrong. Two, you know, and I'll start telling them. Because it's like, if you're gonna say something, say facts. Don't say some shit you heard. So before I say anything, I always go look for it. Before I open my mouth and look stupid because I said it wrong, and I'm just like, oh, you know. So I rather, I'm like, let me look it up before I open my mouth. You know. But most people are just talking away, and you know, like I was kind of stuck in the whole Drake Cole thing because I was like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, you know. I was hearing one thing or another, so I started looking it up, looking videos, and then I'm hearing like videos because I was there. So when people were like, oh yeah, there was 100 Bloods, I was like, no, there fucking were. I was like, unless you're counting all the Mexicans and all the fucking everybody else that was there, you know. I'm like, there was a bunch of people there, but it was like, I would probably say maybe like 30 of them. It was like 50 all together, all of them together, you know. But it's like, I feel like the promoters did fuck up by where they put them at. Because I even saw, well, from what my understanding, I know Drummer Boy and King Lil G don't get along, right? No. They had them right next to each other. Like, G was over here, and then Drummer Boy was over here.
Even on the other band that just happened before that one, they had Draco with some other people that don't get along. They had them there. Like, me, I already think of, like, something's gonna go down.
Like, you put them apart. Like, you put them apart. Like, if you're gonna have them showcase in
maybe
the same show.
Maybe it's like when he was over there, and then he came normal with you, and he got conflict or something. I don't know.
I heard that the mom's trying to sue.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, it's too much going on right now, especially in the music industry. It's like, damn. Yeah, all these rappers dying and shit.
Well, too, it's like, come on, don't be dissing.
Yeah, no, they bringing it on themselves, man. It's
I feel bad for the guy. I don't know him. You know, I don't have nothing against him. I wasn't his fan or anything, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but you're asking for it. Like, I tell my homies, like, some chick I kind of was going out at, she was just like, oh, what if it was somebody you knew? And I was like, I'm not telling them to say a fucking thing. That's what you fucking get. You're out there looking for it. I'm sorry. Like, if you could be my best friend. If you die of that, and I'm like, well, bro, it's your fucking fault. I'll be yelling at you from the grave. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, you know? But everybody chooses their path, and that's what you want to portray yourself, and that's... Yeah. You better learn how to back the lifestyle, though. Yeah. You know? Like, you don't... Just because you run with people doesn't mean you're about that life, you know? Right, you kick it with them, you know what's up. It doesn't mean you're going to insert yourself in that situation, you know? Yeah. Because I remember for a minute, I almost, like growing up, I almost got into Wilmington, you know? But then I started seeing that it was going to cut my money. Because now, okay, say if I get in Wilmington, right? Now I can't go to Petro because Wilmington and Petro don't get along, you know? So then it cuts money. So after when I saw that young, you know? So I was just like, no, fuck this, all this gang shit, you know? I used to even talk shit because you know how it's like Wilmington, you have the north side. There's no south side, right? So I used to fuck around with my homies and I'll be like, south side, we want. Just to fuck with them because I was just like, this was already gangbang. So I'm like, ain't looking at me, you know? But I was probably the only person that could like make fun of them without getting any repercussions because they know I was messing around, you know? Like I was just doing it just to piss them off. Because I'm just like, why are you so on it, you know? Because I would have one side who'd be like, hey, you have pictures of that fool throwing at the dove? And I'm like, I did, but I'm not going to tell them that, you know? I was just like, why? I'm like, stop fucking, leave him alone. Like, you're from the same hood, leave him alone, you know? Yeah. I'm like, you should be fighting other hoods. But they're fighting each other. I don't get it. I don't get it. No. But to each his own. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, do you want to promote anything? You got any shout outs?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to promote my YouTube channel. Trying to build that, grow that up. It's Mexiclan _MC, and that's on YouTube. That's as well as my IG page, Mexiclan _MC. You know, I got some videos on my YouTube page, some live performances, behind the scenes type shit, and hopefully when this album is done, I'll be uploading all my videos. I plan on making a video to each song. You know, I mean to each song on the album, so that'll be 10 videos. You know, that's what I really want to do. I love visuals, you know, so I love putting visuals to the music. You know what I mean? If the music is good and put a dope visual, it makes it even better. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just want to promote the old Spanish Fly CD, not the old one, but the one that came out in 2020. That one was called The Reintroduction to Spanish Fly. It's on all platforms. You can find it. The album's pretty good, man. And right now we're currently working on the second album. You know, with Spanish Fly, we're about 2 tracks in, and they're coming out hard, man. You know, Johnny D don't play. The boy's on fire right now. We got that big dog status album right now. That's dope. We got that Hugo, got the 90s. You know, he got the song called Fresh that should be coming out next. Yeah, he's killing it right now. Johnny D, one of my favorite artists right now. Not only because I'm working with him and we're in the group, but just lyrically, and he's just talented, man. He could sing, could rap hard, he could go with the best of them. You know, we make each other step our game up because, you know, we like in the studio together. It's like, oh, you can't come soft, you know what I mean? You gotta come hard. But as far as anything else promoting, no, just probably that show on January 1st. Hopefully people come out under the bridge right there.
What time does it start?
I believe I have the flyer. I believe at 12 p.m., but I could be wrong. But there's a flyer for it, you know. So yeah, man, it should be a good time. And it has a 90s theme, so people can come out dressed like the 90s, you know what I mean? And take pictures and shit. But yeah, just pretty much my YouTube channel, man. I really want to build that, get that up, get my 1,000 subscribers, so then I can monetize. And then, you know, both the old albums, both Mexiclan albums are on my YouTube page. And those albums are on all platforms as well. You know, so I encourage people to go check that out, go listen to that if they don't know yet. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's pretty much it as far as promoting stuff. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, thank you for pulling up, and hopefully we will get you those subscribers, help you out a little bit, build up. Sure. Then next time you got anything to promote, whenever you want to come pull up,
for sure.
Too.
Most definitely. Nah, I thank you guys, man, for having me. That's dope, you know, like any little thing, you know, any little thing helps right now, you know, and I'm all for it. I'm just trying to build my name and, you know, and establish myself as a solo artist as well, because I come from groups and stuff. But I always felt like I can carry my own, you know, and I do see myself as a solo artist, so that's what I'm trying to establish as well, you know, beside the Spanish Fly thing, Mexiclan thing. And I just came back from Chicago, I headlined a show out in Chicago.
How'd that go?
Then that shit was hard, man. It was the love out there was incredible. Yeah, they treated me well out there. You know, it was really dope. The city's beautiful. Like, dang, the downtown area, I was like really, really surprised and fascinated by it. It was really beautiful to me. Like,
really
it was classic.
How to make it look? You know, a chai rack?
Oh man, you know what? I went to a liquor store out there, and it's like that, bro. I felt like uncomfortable. I felt the heat. It ain't no joke right there. You know, like, they ain't playing out there. That's for real. Yeah, I went to one liquor store. I'm like, hell to the nah. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, don't get caught out here. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, it's really like that. But as far as the city's concerned and the downtown and the beauty of it, the L train, going through the buildings, the classic buildings, the way they're built, the houses, the way, it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, okay, so you know. Yeah, and then
I don't like the cold part, but other than that,
it was actually fun for me because I was all warm. I was all layered up. You know what I mean? I was prepared. Yeah, 3 layers. You
guys, girls trying to look cute.
Yeah, that's different.
Girls are dying and shit.
Yeah, and I did a show in Atlanta too, which was dope. Did a show in Atlanta. That shit was dope too. So
you being like on tour right now?
Well, it's almost like a mini tour because we did Atlanta, we did Chicago. Next, they want to do Detroit, and then we're gonna bring a show home here to San Pedro. You know, I'm going to bring all the artists from Atlanta, the artists from Chicago, you know, and bring them here to San Pedro at El Principe right there on Pacific.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I already talked to the owner.
Yeah,
it's dope in there. So that's next, man, and that's hopefully for March, beginning of March, you know, if everything goes well. But yeah, man, I'm just waiting for the next call, like, where we going?
If you need any artists, we know a few people.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely, they asked me, like, who would I want on the bill, you know what I mean? So I told him I want Spanish Fly on the bill.
For sure.
You know, that there's a couple artists out there I'm thinking about, like, okay, there's a couple artists I might have to get. Maybe been trying to work with them dudes from the Know Thyself. The two dudes.
I was about to tell her, and I was like, you need to get my homegirl on there.
They're dope.
Salua, she's from the
Oh man, come on.
That's my girl right there. She was supposed to come today, and then
yeah, we did. Was she? Come on, Salua. That's probably her right there. Hey, but no, Salua. Me and my boy actually did a track with her, but I would really love to work with her. I just ain't really. I'm the type that don't really like to ask. Like, I want it to be the right timing, you know, or I want it to be organic. You know what I mean? But definitely Salua, I definitely want to work with her.
Dude,
like,
she got a voice.
Yeah. Oh, she do. Yeah, she's definitely in my radar. Like, but I'm at the right time. You know, like I was telling, I want it to be organic. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's definitely an artist.
See, right now, that's my goal. I'm trying to get her out there. So I've been like telling everybody that can.
And I know she's pretty humble. You know, I chopped it up with her, took a photo with her. You know, watched her perform. She's really dope, man. And I definitely want to work with her. That's a real artist.
Honestly,
I definitely want to work with.
I've never met somebody that, like, the song's dope, And like her videos are on point. Because usually it's like people have like cool music, but then
She has a good production.
they have some like funky ass videos, you know.
Yeah.
But with her, it's like super dope. Like thanks to Jaime, you know. Jaime is like the backbone of the whole thing.
My boys, what's the group though from North and South?
Which one?
The duo.
Just Us.
Just Us. Yeah, I want to fuck with Just Us. We've been supposed to be doing some, been waiting and shit to the right time. They've been telling me, hey, no, we got to get something. We got to do something together. I told them I'm with it. You know what I mean? And I go straight to work.
Like
I get busy.
I tripped out when I found out about them.
Yeah, they're dope, man. I like their vibe. You know.
I used to go to school with them, so I'm like, what, they rap? Like,
definitely want to fuck with them.
And they sound pretty dope. Man, they sound pretty dope. There's not a lot of people I'm like very picky on.
There's other on
who I say is dope.
Yeah.
I don't tell people they're dope just to bring up their ego. Right?
Yeah. Now, Salua, like I was saying earlier, we did a song. Me and my boy D-Box. Shout out to my boy. And he got Salua to come through, and that's when she was. Her name was Baby Girl at the time. Yeah. And he got her to come through, and she sang a dope ass. We actually filmed a video to it, and it's unreleased. We got it. We still got it in the cut, you know what I mean?
It's coming out.
We're gonna bring it out. I've been wanting to bring it out, but I don't know why they not bringing it out. Yeah, but to me it's dope as shit. You know, she got down on it. She actually singing in Spanish on that one. What? So yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I was tripping out when I heard. I think it was Itty Bitty, and she has like a Spanish verse on it.
Oh yeah. Like, yeah, nah, she's definitely hard. I think she's one of my good friends' cousin too. So. But yeah, no, Salua, if you get to see this, I definitely want to work with you, but all in the right timing. I don't like to push, I don't like to, cross, I just like things to be organic, and that's definitely one I would really love to work with.
I feel like it'll change her, because she has so many different music that's like different. It's not.
Yeah,
like
I know me and her can fuck it up on a track. We'll definitely like my verse and her little verse. I know it will be bangers for sure. I definitely have confidence in that. Yeah. We definitely gotta make that happen. Hell yeah.
You heard me? You're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you for coming. And
yeah,
I'm gonna hit you up for sure next time. We'll bring him again.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll
anytime
Johnny
you come. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny will come. Yeah, me and Johnny on the same page, man. We know what it's all about. We know how meaningful these things are, these podcasts, these interviews. You know what I mean? We definitely value them. And he definitely come through. We could come together. He could do it by himself. Or you know what I mean? Like I definitely let him know, and I know he'll come. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
I was like, I know it's new, so and a lot of people, some people are like, oh, it's still new. I was like, so what, man? I was like, don't you want to make history with us?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. People need to stop playing, man.
I'm gonna end up doing
for real. This is what it's all about, man.
Like that's why he's been helping me out, so I joined him so he could help me.
No, I checked you out, and I love the way I love the way you ask your questions, and you really go in depth. You know what I mean? And I like that.
Damn, thank you. I was just trying to cry. I came unprepared today.
No, but it's okay, man.
I know I had so many questions, but my iPad won't turn on, so I was like,
I think we got some good stuff in there.
Yeah, we got
for sure.
Enough time.
For sure. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be back.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. So shout out.
Next time we gotta get faded. It's Get Faded podcast, and we didn't get faded today.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's what we should be doing. Smoking a blunt while we're doing this.
It's okay.
I don't know
hey, next time,
yeah.
Hey, next time, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna have the smoke out. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
I got you.
We're just gonna smoke fast.
We definitely gonna do that.
Thank you for tuning in to my Straightfaded podcast, and I got half of Mexiclan, M.o.c.
Yeah.
So thank you, and we're out. Thank you, Gali, too.
Yeah.
Laters.
Yeah.
Ya heard? It has to be like the thing at the end. Ya heard?